A couple of years ago, we sort of set out to help bring more measurement and more metrics to the marketplace behind the sort of trust and transparency that Nielsen has been known for. And I think from the demand side, what we see and what we hear, whether it's from agencies or CMOs and on the advertiser side, is just a need for more consistency and better fluency between the different measured media, right? So a common question is, I'm buying tonnage and I'm getting really great reach on linear or television on that big sight, sound, and motion screen, and how does my digital buy complement that? Is it incremental? Am I getting the same people? So the problem statement, if you will, the question hasn't largely changed over the last couple of years, but I think what we're seeing is, having brought more measurement and more metrics to market, we're helping media sellers to package that data in new ways that follow the consumer, right? It helps us be able to say where consumers are viewing video, all forms, linear TV, addressable TV, dynamically served television, on all sorts of devices. That helps media sellers sort of put together that audience in a way that is consistent and comparable across those experiences. And then on the buy side, it helps them have a consistent set of measures that walk across. So there's been a ton of investment and development, not just from Nielsen's perspective over the last couple of years, but from all of our partners and from clients on the other side of the table, being able to lean in and contribute and adopt some of these new measures and go to market with them. So I think this year will be important because we've seen a lot, digital ad ratings and total ad ratings have been in the market for some years now, but we're continuing to see the demand for them and for more uses in terms of showing where digital is incremental or complementary to traditional television. And so it's been a really important part for us to be able to continue to enable that.
And how has that changed the marketplace for your clients? I mean, maybe anecdotally or from...
Yeah, sure. Well, so there's a couple of big things, right? So in January, we announced that now we have measurement for YouTube in our total ad rating service. That's a huge deal because of the size and scope of YouTube, and being able to have that covered in our measurement component was important for advertisers, again, to be able to see the full impact of their digital exposure. And it gives us an opportunity to say, here's really what the incremental or overlap reach is. So those things are important. Again, they're fundamental. We still believe that reach and frequency, duration, all those things are fundamental to pretty much any other business decision that you're going to make. So being able to have more reach and frequency covered across those emerging platforms is critical to then helping the next level of decision making, whether that's addressable and how we move to that when it makes most sense to move to an addressable buy. There's even things around attention and how we account for that in addition to just the exposure itself. So I think it continues to be important. That's one anecdote that stands out to us. I think it's C-Flight is another really good example of taking the measurement components or the data components and packaging up in a way that helps NBCU in that regard be able to go to market in a different way that sort of releases us from just the constraints of a C3, C7 model and allows us to bring more data into that equation.